So, you fell for fake Percy Jackson news. You knew spreading that news was wrong, so what are you going to do to make it right? You might have thought you were being cool. Take it from someone who's been in this fandom for 20 years. The only way to really be cool is to do proper research. That's right! Unless you've been living under a rock, we just got news that Season 3 is to start filming in July. And that the Kane Chronicles adaptation has been picked up by 20th Century Fox. Except, that's maybe not true. Nexus Point News reported that, and then Becky commented on it, saying that there was only one real news story for the day, which was that there was a book event that Rick was attending in DC. That didn't stop every update account under the sun from spreading the news like wildfire. And I mean, even if they did update their fans that it wasn't accurate news, it was already kind of too late. Because fans were already speculating. Come on, guys, how can you be so starved for news? We have plenty of it. Let's see, not counting the broad December release date we got for Season 2 with the Season 3 announcement, the last TV show related news we got was the Athena casting all the way back in November. Maybe some of y'all's crash out is valid. So there's two questions we need to answer here. How do we know if the news we're getting is accurate, and why is there so little news coming out? The first question is easy to answer. It's just a crash course in media literacy and finding out which sources are reliable. Let's walk you through a scenario. You arrive home one day to find out that Season 4 and 5 have been greenlit. Magnus Chase and the Kane Chronicles have also been greenlit. And filming starts tomorrow! It'll be out in a year's time. Now that's an extreme example. We can start with step 1. Analyze the facts. After the initial happiness wears off, think to yourself, is this even possible? In this particular example, you'd have to wonder how on earth they're going to cast, script, revise, film, and edit all of that in such a short amount of time. You need to be careful because sometimes your brain in a fit of, I want this now, so I will make it make sense, will try and connect puzzle pieces that don't quite connect. The rumor that bounced around saying that Season 3 would start filming in July checks off a box based on information we've heard, that it would start filming before Season 2 would even premiere. You feel like you've solved the mystery and your brain is happy because of it. However, considering the last news we got about Season 3 was script updates, that they're writing the drafts for the first 3 potential episodes, as Becky put it on Threads, there's a lot that goes into making a show, and writing is just part of it. And they're not even done with that part! Number 2, compare to other sources. Now, while you try and rationalize the truth, your heart will say,
you really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
So if you really can't shake it off, then go and see if other news sources are reporting the same thing. Which news source to look at is up to you, but whichever news source you look at, you gotta remember to see what source they're citing. Cast and crew would be sharing news to their social media, so that's also a helpful place to look. Which brings us to, why is news so few and far in between? When Season 1 was in the works, there was a lot of work to be done in terms of educating the potential audience on what was being made. That campaign was huge because they not only had to convince book fans that this was something worth watching, they had to convince people who've never heard of Percy Jackson that this was worth their time. Flash forward to where we are now, Season 1 was one of the most successful Disney Plus shows last year in terms of streams. Disney doesn't need to try as hard to campaign for people to watch Season 2. The number of fans currently sitting in anticipation, waiting for even the slightest bit of news? Astronomical! I can almost bet that the most hyped Disney Plus show this year is going to be Season 2 of Percy Jackson. So, once you've got all the casting announcements done, filming has wrapped, and the final masterpiece is to be edited, what news can you really expect? Well, a more definitive date in December would be nice, but other than that, what? Do you guys want updates every day of how editing went that day? Who am I kidding? Of course you do. Con season is well and alive these next few months. I'm sure we'll see illegally filmed San Diego Comic-Con trailers soon enough. By the way, the Wicked fandom is going through the exact same thing, as the Oz vlog pointed out in a recent video. Shout out to a huge inspiration for this video. So to reiterate, check to make sure the news is solid and factual, and also know that it takes a lot to make a TV show, and not all of it is newsworthy. Regardless of whether the news is real or not, we need to respect that when we get official news that Disney, or Becky, or Rick, or Dan, or John, or Daphne, or someone will make it public, and they'll probably send it to Variety. It's a matter of respecting the people working on the project to only accept and share news that is shared by the show's official accounts. We've lasted this long by occupying ourselves with writing fanfiction, talking to our friends about adaptation choices we'd love to see be made, or checking out our favorite content creators talk about the books we've come to know and love. We've waited a long time for a good Percy Jackson adaptation. Surely, we can wait for the good news too.
Season 3 is coming up. Production in July, that's what I'm hearing.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Yes.
I hope so.
Aw, fuck.
Your eyes are turning green.